Well, hi YouTubers, okay, back when I read a Physics for 100 books, and it is Cressida, Cowell, The Wizard of Once. Now, by the author of How to Train Your Dragon. Now, gotta confess, never ever read How to Train Your Dragon. I've seen the films and I loved them. Though in the second one, I didn't like Hiccup's mum that much. Seen a bit of a, you abandoned your kid, okay, to fly off with some dragons, leaving your sickly son behind. Because the dragon showed your baby son kindness. Doesn't change the fact that you abandoned him, okay? Anyway, so let's just throw that out there. So, read the blurb. Once there was magic, and the magic lived in a dark forest until the warriors came. Zar is a wizard boy who has no magic and will do anything to get it. Wish is a warrior girl, but she owns something forbidden, something magical, and will do anything to conceal it. When stars collide, Zar and Wish must forget their differences if they were ever going to make it to the hidden dungeons at Warrior Ford, when something that has been sleeping for hundreds of years is stirring. It's basically about these two polar opposites. It's basically between nature versus the industrial age. Zar is a young boy, has an older brother, and lives in the forest with his father, who is like the Grand Archmage, and has no magic of his own. He's yet to come into his magic, and he is a very, very typical boy in some respects. He is boisterous and he's unruly, but he's also really caring. He has his sprites, like his little entourage who follow him around, and he will literally do anything for them. They're not just, his entourage, they're his friends, which is actually really touching, shows good character development. Wish is a warrior who is not warrior-like. She's a bit of a disappointment to her parents. So these two polar opposites, if you will, have a lot in common. And once they get over that, it's really, really, it is really, really good. Okay, now if it goes in so well, it throws itself into this. Okay, Zar, pronounced Zar because it's spelled with an X. I don't know why spelling is weird. Was a wild young human boy who belonged to the wizard tribe. He's riding on the back of a giant snowcat in a part of the forest so dark and mangled and tangled that it was known as the Bad Woods. It should not have been there, for the Bad Woods were warrior territory. If the warriors were to catch him, what everyone said was, Zar would be killed on sight, off of his head, as was the pleasant warrior custom. But Zar did not look remotely worried. Cool. Yeah, exactly. And in contrast with Wish's introduction, the princess had a very long and regal name, but everyone called her Wish. Warrior princesses, of course, ought to be impressively tall and absolutely terrifying, like Wish's mother, Queen Sauerkrax. But Wish was neither scary nor large. She had a curious little face, which was rather too interested in the world around her, and hair that stuck out too whispery, as if she accidentally hit some unnoticed bit of static electricity. A black patch covered her left eye, and she seemed to be searching for something with the other. She's also with her guard, Bodkin, okay, the assistant guard, who when he gets scared he passes out. So you have two teenagers, okay, who hate each other on first sight, and a guy who's supposed to be protecting the princesses faints every time there's danger around. So they have a narcoleptic guard. Clever, clever. So, but the thing that brings these two characters in together is the witches. Now, witches are extinct. I like it. Warriors, wizards, and the witches. Witches are extinct. Their blood is toxic. And until, they say they kind of, I'm not going to spoil anything, but then cover one of the sprites, Squeeze he gets poisoned by it. And yet these two people who hate each other on sight, and actually do try to kill each other on sight, even though they're not very effective at it, okay? Because Wish isn't really what you call a very productive warrior, and Zar has no magic. But then they have to work together to say Squeeze the sprite. Now I actually like these two characters coming together to kind of save this kind of like spirit thing, because it shows at their core they are similar, they've got good hearts, and they're both up against very, very similar kind of things regarding their parents. Obviously Zar is the leader, son of the leader of the wizards, and well, obviously Wish is a princess. So I like the fact, okay, that they have got so much in common, but they're from very, very conflicting backgrounds. But when they get together, they are absolutely perfect. This book is really, really good. The characters and the development of them is really, really good. But this book does not kind of look down or patronise the audience either. Obviously, I am not the age range for this, most definitely not. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a really, really good and exciting book. The way Cressida just describes people. She has fun with her dialogue. Like this chapter here, the question of queens. At the entrance of Queen Sauerkrax, the warriors bowed so low their foreheads nearly hit the floor. Sauerkrax was scary, but then she was a very great queen, and as Wish said, maybe great queens have to be scary. There was those who said that a woman was too weak to rule a tribe of invading iron warriors, but they said it very quietly, just in case Queen Sauerkrax should hear them. She was lovely, all right, and if by lovely you mean pretty. Had like a golden waterfall, slim as a candle, 6 feet tall, and most of it muscle. All the sort of stuff that comes in handy if you're going to be a warrior queen and you like to make an entrance. Whether her character was lovely, well, that's an entirely different question, and we'll have to see about that. It doesn't talk down, and I love the illustrations of these books. That's the Queen, but of that's Queen. Is it Psycho? I don't know. Psycho-X. Very kind of bow to see about her. Okay, so I really, really do recommend this book because they have to go to the Iron Kingdom, the underground, if you will, to try to save Squeezejewels. But at the same time, even though it starts out from Azar's point of view, this is also more about Wish, her wishes, her motivations, and kind of dropping a veil of what she sees in the world around her. She's seen the bigger picture, if you will. These two conflicting ideals. Now, obviously, I don't know if it's going to be a film, but I think it'll be a really good one. But the thing is this. Now, at the end of the book, it mentions the unnamed narrator. Okay, who is the narrator? Who is the one actually narrating this book? Because this is a book about spells, this is a book about magic and history, but this is also about fascism, okay? So, I really, really enjoyed this book. Cressida Cowell is a fantastic author, and I actually can't wait to see what the next one brings. It moves fast, it's about family and history and people, but it's about these two teenagers that kind of throw themselves out there, try to do the best that they can. A bit of a crap sack world, okay, of these, between the industrial age and the nature, if you will. But also about the witches too, because I like the fact, okay, that two common enemies reuniting against the witches, because, I don't spoil this, but Tsar also gets a bit of witch blood on him. And that's all I'm going to say, which makes a nice sequel hook. So, recommending this book, The Wizard of Once by Cressida Cowell, or for How to Train Your Dragon, and sign off here. Mwah.